Hey, lovers on Facebook. So we've got Facebook and Instagram going. Good morning, my friends. Oh, lovely to be with you. Already joining. Thank you for joining. I've just finished my morning meditation and I'm feeling particularly delicious for having done it. Definitely worth that 20 minutes, right? To just kind of set you up for your day ahead. Start feeling more kind and compassionate to yourself and then able to be that to others. So I'm just going to wait for a minute while people join because I know we've got our regulars joining every morning. There's a few that have messaged me and said they can't join live today, but will catch the replay, so that's awesome. As you're joining, say hi. Hey, Lindy. Hey, Miranda. So good to have you. So, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? Hey, Florence, good to have you. Hi. So I'm going to start the session off this morning with asking you that question. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? What do you need? Hey, Izzy. How are you feeling? What do you need today? That's the question we need to be checking in with ourselves on every single morning and then honoring it. So how do I feel? What do I need? Hello. How do I feel? What do I need? Facebookers, as you're joining, please say hello. Tell me who you are. Izzy, I'm exhausted. Okay. I hear you, honey. I hear you. Florence, slightly full of thoughts. Yep. I get that. I totally get that. Today's going to help with both of those things. Facebookers, who's joining? Who's with me? How are you all feeling? What do you need today? How are you going to take care of yourself today? Florence, feel like responding by over planning. Okay, so you're responding to like all the thoughts by this sort of need to over plan. Yeah. I don't think you're alone. Joe's joined. Hello, welcome. Soul butterfly, I like that. Hi, you're in the right place. Lindy, morning, Katie, feeling grateful today for who I am. Gorgeous. Yeah, I'm grateful for who you are as well. Rebecca, hello, lovely. Hello. Christina, hello. So good to have you guys. Florence, need to take a step back with that emoji. Love that. Fee, hello, Dallin. Good to see you again. Hello. Hey, Joe, yes. Good morning. So, all right. So that was the question I was asking for those that are just coming on now. How are you feeling? And what do you need? It's so important. When you wake up in the morning, don't grab your phone straight away. We know what's on it, right? At the moment, this whole thing about like, let's not kid ourselves. We can't predict the future, so let's not like get stuck in our heads and create fear and turmoil by trying to predict the future. I'm great, thanks, Fee. Thank you for asking. But what we can predict is when you turn on your phone, when you look at your emails, when you look at your personal messages, when you look at Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media you follow, it's full of coronavirus right now. We know that, okay? It's everywhere. And this is the theme that I'm feeling is coming through every one of these self-love practices that we're doing each day. Hey, Prue, hello. And that's, yes, that's going on. And it's freaking terrible. And it's causing us all a lot of worry and concern and anxiety. That is true. And there's other truths as well. There's other stuff going on in the world and for ourselves individually. So you know that when you turn on your phone in the morning, that's what you're going to get bombarded with. I would invite you to maybe not turn it on the second you wake up, not scroll the second you wake up. Take a few moments to just breathe. I'm hoping some of you have just woken up and are like coming straight on to this call. And this is a chance for you to just stop and breathe and check in and ask yourself, how do I feel? What do I need? before the bombarding comes at you, I made the very firm decision. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, to completely limit my watching of any news, my social media scrolling, because I noticed that it was really, really affecting my general well-being. I was getting really, really tired, because what we don't realize is, just through like taking on all of this information, while we're kind of, I'm okay and I'm going about my day and I'm okay, subconsciously we're feeling everything that we're reading, because we're thinking about it. We're reading something, we're going to have a thought about it, and then we're going to feel that. And it's a lot right now. Yeah, it's a lot, and we're feeling that, and it's more than we can deal with. And here's the truth: we're currently, because of our access globally now to information, we're very aware of so much that's going on in parts of the world that we never even before knew existed, with people that are so far removed from our little world, right? And while there's an element of that's great, and isn't it wonderful that we can be so connected and so aware of what's going on all around the planet, our poor little human brains aren't designed for that. We're not designed to deal with so much information about so many different people from all over the planet. We cannot retain that information. We cannot compute. It's like computer says no, we can't do it. It's utterly overwhelming. And so it exhausts us. I've had to reduce it. My nervous system was like, not happy, not happy. I'm getting ulcers in my mouth. I'm getting run down. I'm getting spots on my face. I'm feeling tired. And I'm like, no, I'm absorbing more than my little brain can deal with. So I'm reducing that. So when I wake up in the morning and say, how do I feel? What do I need? I acknowledge that I am tired and that I've been absorbing more than I can handle. And so I'm going to reduce that. I'm not switching off to it completely, because I think obviously it's a self-responsibility piece, to understand what's going on, and we've got to keep on top of it. And there's an element of, how can I just be here for me right now? And how can I just be here for my immediate family and my work, my clients, and that's pretty much all my brain can deal with right now. And it's actually all it's designed to deal with. So I'm just going to go to comments for a minute. It's so nice to have all of you. And I can see there's some newbies joining as well, which is really lovely. Prue, good morning. Isabel, you're here. Yay. Jamila, oh my goodness. Hello, darling. It's been ages. How are you? Christina, I need to calm down and stay in the here and now, grounding myself. Yep, that's the one. That's the one. Okay, so let's so I suppose that's something that I kind of wanted to share with you today, is perhaps, as you're considering how you feel and what you need today, maybe just a suggestion. You get to do what feels good for you. Maybe it might be worth considering what you are watching, what you're reading, what you're listening to. Like, what are you absorbing at the moment? How much can you actually cope with? Be honest. And what needs to reduce? How can you ensure that what you're receiving into your little energy bubble is loving and helping you and supporting you, and not overwhelming you and harming you and hurting you and adding to your overwhelm and anxiety? So this is a self-responsibility piece, and I'll just invite you to choose that what you're engaging with is ultimately a self-care piece and a self-love piece. Yeah? Okay. So let's, I hope you've all arrived with your journals. You know the drill. Journals required, pens or paper. Let's do a little journaling practice. And you're seeing my eyes are going up and down. That's because I'm looking at Facebook and I'm looking at Instagram. So step one of our journaling practice, we're going to be doing a great big brain dump. Okay, so this is a chance for you to just offload all of the noise and the chatter, the to-do lists, the anger, the worry, the concern, the sadness, the overwhelm, whatever is going on in here. What is that? And dump it onto paper. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to just free write and just release it from your head. I like to consider that thoughts in our mind are like, you know, when you're putting a kid's train track together and you've got all the little pieces of track and you've got a loop. So you create a track of a loop. And our mind is like that. And we've got these thoughts and worries and concerns going round and round and round and round and round and round and round in a loop, and it's sending us crazy. So what we need to do is pick up one of the tracks and just turn it outwards so that what's going around can go out, around and out, around and out. And our pen on a piece of paper allows us to release those thoughts from our poor little brain, right? So this is a chance to just release, because we're going to go through a process now of moving you from your head, where we can't fix stuff. Our anxieties and worries and concerns are created in here. We can't fix them in the same location. We need to move down into our heart. We need to connect with our spiritual selves to be able to find solutions, to be divinely guided for, choices and decisions to be made, to start feeling calm and peaceful and connected. We cannot do that here. And I know you're all here because you love yourselves enough. You desire to love yourselves enough to be connected to your heart and to be connected to your soul, right? So this is your chance. So just dump onto paper what is really front of mind for you. What's the noise? What's the chat? What do you just need to just release from here for now so that you can connect with your heart without judgment? What beliefs, what thoughts, what endless to-do lists do you know are blocking you to being able to feel peaceful and calm and connected? Just release it onto paper. No judgment. No judgment. This is a beautiful self-care piece to release what's going on in your mind. Really important. Because not least, you're acknowledging it. You're not pretending it's not there. You're not going and having another coffee or scrolling on social media or numbing out in front of Netflix so that you don't have to deal with what's going on in here. So there's no numbing out happening. You're not pretending. You're not in denial. You're being real and honest and truthful with who you are and how you feel and what's going on for you. That self-acknowledgement is so powerful and so important. It's huge freedom just in acknowledging the truth of you and everything that you got going on. So as I've been saying every morning, if you're watching this replay, if you want to, you can just pause here and just keep writing. Keep just dumping what's in your mind. If you're on live and later today, you just know there's more to just get out. Maybe there's an angry letter you need to write and just release and burn it. Like whatever is in here, any time during the day that anxiety and worry comes up for you, you can write it down on a piece of paper, fully acknowledge it, and then burn it. Be free of it. Right? You can do that anytime you want. But for the purposes of moving through this call, I now would like to invite you to write, because now we're moving down into your heart. I want you to write 3 things that you're grateful for. 3 things, just 3. But if you want to write 10, you're so welcome. And I love the idea of just coming back to gratitude all through the day. Gratitude is key because we get what we focus on. When we're focusing on what we have that's wonderful in our lives, we're creating more of that. When we focus on only what isn't working and what we don't have, we're creating more of that. And remember, we feel our thinking. So when we're thinking about what we don't have and what's wrong and what's not working and what's scary, we're feeling that in our bodies. And ultimately, that's making us tired, overwhelmed, and then sick. So when we're focusing on what we do have, Like I could be grateful right now for the hug I just had with my husband. It was really lovely as we both acknowledged fear. I am really grateful for my cup of tea right now. It's my first cup of tea today. Grateful for the meditation I had this morning. When I focus on those things, it has a different feeling in my body, and that's what we want to create, right? Okay, so moving on from gratitude, I want you to write 3 things that you're proud of. What are you proud of yourself for? I'm proud of myself for showing up every day and supporting you guys with this practice. So fun for me. I'm proud of myself for my deep commitment to peace and calm and connectedness through these times. It's my absolute focus. Proud of myself for how far I've come over the years. It doesn't feel like that long ago, that was quite a few years ago now, but I would have been on the floor with anxiety right now. And that's no longer my experience. I'm very proud of that. What are you proud of yourself for today? This is a really powerful self-love piece, strengthening that self-love muscle, because you're creating intimacy with yourself when you acknowledge what you're proud of yourself for. It's beautiful. By all means, write more than 3 things. And now I want you to write 3 things that you value about yourself, perhaps qualities that you have that you know make you just really special and unique and lovable. It's really important to connect with what we value about ourselves. It's how we build self-esteem and self-worth. Yeah. So what do you value yourself for? Do you value your humor? Do you value your intellect? Do you value your ability to plan, your ability to be in the moment and to fully let go? All sorts of things. Do you value your cooking skills, the kind of parent you are? What do you value about yourself? It's pretty similar to what am I proud of, but there's a subtle difference. Okay. And I wonder if you can feel the difference that when you came on the call and you were writing like what the noise is in your head and you're doing your brain dump, and then you've moved into gratitude and what you're proud of yourself for and what you value. Can you feel how your energy is calming and moving into your heart space? Do you feel that? I wonder. Prue's saying, the kids are not allowing this. Can I rewatch this in your page later? As they're really hitting the spot with where I am right now. Of course you can, honey. Of course you can. This replay will be up on Facebook forever. On Instagram, it's only there for 24 hours. Okay. So now that we're in your heart space, I'm going to invite you to connect with a question that you need an answer to. And this is an opportunity for you to connect with your spiritual self, with life, God, the universe, source energy, whatever you want to call it. There's something that's greater than you. Remember, we are always hey Samantha, we are always co-creating with the universe. And when you're coming from your heart and you drop down into this space, you can begin to connect with that energy and ask your questions and ask for support. It's a huge self-love practice, is asking for support. Asking is the first step to receiving. So what do you need right now? What's the one thing that you really need right now? What do you need guidance with? What do you need support around? Just ask the question. One of my favorite prayers is, let me give you an example. It's something like, even though I don't, well, this is really general. So even though I don't have the answer right now, I'm willing to be shown. It's about acknowledging where you're at right now. You don't know. I don't have the solution. I need help. I need support. I need guidance. Even though I don't have the answer right now, I'm willing to be shown. In my journal, I would write that, and I would write, please show me. Please guide the way. My heart's open. I'm in receiving mode. I'm available to be shown. It's a really lovely question to write in your journal, and you can be more specific. And it could be a piece like, I want to forgive somebody, even though I don't know how to forgive that person, I'm willing to be shown. Please show me the way. Show me how. Even though I'm angry with that person right now, I'm willing not to be. Please show me the way. So, what is the one thing that just feels really front of mind, that's really on your heart right now that you want to solve? And just ask in your journal, ask the question. There's nothing to be done with it. Just trust that through connecting with that desire and asking the question and asking for guidance, the wheels are in motion. Beautiful, self-honoring piece of writing to do. Okay, so shall we move into a meditation? Yeah? I'm a big believer in this idea that self-love is about connecting to all parts of us. So we've got our intellectual self, our mind, we've got our physical body, we've got our emotional self, aka actually our inner child, but that's a whole other teaching. And we've got our spiritual self. So we've got intellect, body, emotions, spirit. So self-love is acknowledging all parts of us, connecting with all parts of us, having compassion for all parts of us. So I thought I'd guide you through a little meditation now that allows you to connect to all parts of you. You up for that? Okay, so journals away, pens away, get comfy. I'm in a chair, but I will make sure that my feet are on the ground. You don't have to. There's nothing particularly prescriptive about this. Just be comfortable. Feel supported by wherever you're sitting. Okay, so eyes closed, obviously. I actually do like to have my hands on my lap with my palms facing up. For me, I feel like I'm in receiving mode with source energy. And if you even want to, you can rub your palms together to sort of activate your heart chakra. I quite like to do that too. But, not necessary. The most important thing is that you're just sat and comfortable. And you're going to love yourself enough to just be here, present to the moment, here for you, just for a few minutes. So powerful. And the most perfect way to set yourself up for a day of feeling more at ease, more connected, more calm. Just breathe. You'll notice I'll do some sighing as I start, because I just feel like that helps me to just release and connect to my body. I also like the vibration in my heart when I make the noise. Try it for yourself. Feels good. So I'm going to start with a breathing exercise. We did this yesterday as well. It's a really great one for bringing emotion to the surface and releasing it. So don't be surprised if tears come when you do this. You're going to imagine that you've got a straw running all the way through your body from your perineum to your root chakra, going all the way up through your body and out the crown of your head. Yes, just imagine that straw running straight up that line of your body. And you're essentially just going to be breathing, imagining that you're breathing air through that straw. You're sucking it up from the ground all the way through your body. You're going to hold it in your head, and then you're going to shoot the air up and out the top of your head, out through your crown chakra. So let's just do one breath first, where you're going to breathe in, suck it up through your body, all the way up the straw, through your lower belly, your middle belly, up through your chest, through your throat, into your face, and then hold it in the roof of your head. Hold that air in the roof of your head for as long as you can, and build it up, build the pressure, hold it for as long as you can, before you forcefully and hopefully noisily blow that air, a bit like a whale blows water out the spout, blow that air out the top of your head. Right, so I'm going to do it with you now. And breathe up. You can store it in the top of your head. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it longer. I'm still talking and holding it so you can keep holding it. And then blow it out through the top of your head, hopefully with a noise, with some force. Really feel it releasing. And you're just going to keep doing this. But now when you do it, I want you to, as you're breathing the air up through your body, through that straw, I also want you to take with it all of your fear, all of your worry, all of your anxiety, the to-do lists, that brain dump that you did earlier at the beginning of the call. Pull that all up and store it in your head and build the pressure, build the pressure, build the pressure until you can't hold that breath any longer, and blow all of those worries, concerns, anxieties, fears out through the roof of your head. Forcefully let it go. And do it again. Gathering up. What are you worried about? Who are you thinking about? What's causing you concern right now? What's unsettling you? What's overwhelming you? Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Hold it in your head for as long as you possibly can, and then blow it out. And let's do that one more time. One more time. Notice that there might not be as much to gather up, but there's still some left. So dig around, find all the remnants of all the worries, fears, anxieties, stresses, concerns. Pull them up, hold them in your head for as long as you possibly can. Build the pressure, dial them up, dial them up, dial them up, and then blow it out the roof of your head. And just breathe. Just breathe. Just relax. I wonder if tears came for you. I wonder if you felt the release of all of that pressure. I wonder if you noticed actually that you've been holding on to way more than you even realized. We hold on to way more subconsciously that we're even aware of. And then we wonder why we feel so tired and so overwhelmed. Why we get snappy, we think we're okay, we're doing fine, but actually, we're holding on to quite a lot. Yeah. Notice how much better you feel. Notice how much more connected you are in your body. And I invite you right now to feel proud of yourself, that you're taking this time, that you're loving yourself enough to connect in this way, and to take care of your energy in this way, because your energy is everything. Just breathing normally. So I'm going to invite you now to just imagine, if you've got your feet on the ground, that's even more helpful to imagine this. Imagine that you've got big, thick, black roots growing out the bottom of your feet. And just allow those roots to dig into the earth beneath you. Digging, 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 and allow those roots to dig all the way to the center of the earth. See them making their way down to the center of the earth. You are so grounded now. I wonder if you can feel that you're attached to the earth. So steady, so strong, so grounded. You're not trapped. You could move at any time if you chose to. But actually, I'm inviting you to just feel how good it feels, to just feel so connected to the earth and so grounded. You're completely safe, held by Mother Nature. Feels good. And now we're going to check in with your physical self, starting at your toes. I'm just going to ask you, as I name your body parts, to just set your intention on that part of your body. And if there's any tension there that needs releasing, Allow yourself to let it go. You could imagine that with every out breath, you're releasing any tension in your body. So start with your toes, moving across the tops of your feet, the soles of your feet, your heels, up into your ankles, moving up the front of your legs, so across your shins and your kneecap, and then the back of your legs, your calf muscles, and behind your knee, remembering that as you place your attention on these parts, any tightness, you're going to release with the out breath. Moving up across the front of your thighs, the back of your thighs, moving up to your buttocks, release, relax that muscle. Relax, we're going to connect with the pelvis, the perineum, your lower belly, your lower back, moving up to your middle belly, your middle back, moving up across your chest, across your upper back, noticing where any tension is, releasing, letting go in the out breath. Coming up into your shoulders, moving down both arms, moving all the way down the arms. Focus your attention on the front of your arm, then the back of your arms, down into your hands, your thumbs, your fingers, the backs of your hands, the palms of your hands, releasing all tension. Notice that you're already starting to feel heavier. Perhaps there's some tingling, and you're releasing any tension through your out breath. And we're coming up into your neck. And then let's do a sweep over the back of your neck, the back of your head, the top of your head, down across your forehead, your eyes, the crease between your eyebrows, your nose, your cheeks, your top lip, your tongue, your bottom lip, your jaw. Allow your mouth to drop open a little bit. The front of your neck, and just breathe. Notice that you're feeling even more grounded and rooted to Mother Earth. Notice the heaviness in your body that feels like a relief rather than a weight. Notice how good it feels to just be present in your own skin. And notice that in this very moment, you're completely safe. Everything's okay. You have everything you need right here, right now. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. Now I want you to connect to your emotional self. How are you feeling? Remember, might be some men on the call, but you women, we feel a lot, especially when we're hormonal. And I know that the men do too. And we feel a lot all at the same time. We can be feeling angry and frustrated while at the same time feeling excited and optimistic. It's quite bizarre how many feelings we can hold at any one time. So just connect with how you feel. Maybe notice if your feelings have shifted a little since you came onto the call this morning. Self-love is full acknowledgement of your feelings. Your feelings are how your spirit communicates to you. Your feelings are a reflection of what you've been thinking. And they're definitely never right or wrong. They just are. Maybe you can't name all of your feelings. Most of us don't have a great vocabulary for everything. And quite frankly, a lot of our feelings, there's just not even a word for it. So don't feel any pressure to name them necessarily, but acknowledge all of them. The heavy, the light, the big, the small. And just in your own mind, in your own way, tell your emotional self that you love that part of you, that you love your full range of emotion. Maybe ask for forgiveness that you judge your feelings. Make the choice right now that you're going to love all of them. Acknowledge that they're all valid. And they're just a part of you. And they're always a sign. Always a sign. They're always a sign perhaps showing you that maybe you could choose some more self-loving thoughts rather than self-harming thoughts because they affect how you feel. Maybe they're a sign showing you where you're on track in your life or perhaps where you're off track and need to make a little adjustment. Your feelings, whether you deem them good or bad, they're actually just trying to tell you something. I'm safe in all that I feel. I'm safe in all that I feel. No matter what I feel, I'm safe. Breathe in that truth. Breathe it right down into your belly. It's safe to feel all that I feel. And now I'm going to invite you to connect with your mind, your intellect. We give our brain and our mind such a hard time. We spend most of our time judging it. I'm not sure we spend much time at all appreciating it and honoring it, let alone loving it. And let's just take a moment to have some real compassion for that mind and that brain that's just trying to keep us safe. That's trying to figure everything out, that's trying to plot and plan and predict and understand the future, and make sense of the past. It has its place, and we need it. And let's have compassion that it really is desperate to have all the answers that are going to keep us safe. Maybe just let it know very compassionately and lovingly right now that Darling mind, you don't have all the answers, and that's okay. My beautiful mind, I love you so much, and I know you're just trying to keep me safe. And today, I release you from that pressure. And while you're having this conversation with your mind, I just want you to acknowledge that your spiritual self is coming through now. Your authentic, true voice, that wise inner wisdom is coming through right now. And it's actually your spirit that's having this conversation with your intellect. And it's letting your intellect know that she's so fab or he's so fab, doing his best or her best. But you can let go because I got this. My wisdom, my connection to source and life and all that is a miraculous power that can figure out and create so much more than our mind. So maybe invite your intellect to just let go a little bit, to relax a little bit, and to trust your spiritual self. I invite you to set the intention to choose loving thoughts today. To notice when you're telling yourself things that love you or do they harm you, remembering that you feel that. So now's the chance to make a deal with your intellect. But today we're going to love ourselves with our thoughts, with our beliefs. And just enjoy the feeling of being in a compassionate and caring and loving relationship with your mind rather than being at war with it. Notice how much better that feels, how self-loving that is. And I'm going to just give you a couple of minutes of silence now to just breathe and be with your spiritual self. Just sit in this safety right now. You're totally loved and protected and safe right now. Be with that inner wisdom and just listen. What does your spirit have to say to you right now? What does your spirit need you to know? Just connect with that. Just ask your spirit, what do you need me to know? Just take a moment to acknowledge how you're feeling right now. Body, mind, emotion, spirit. Notice how you feel compared to how you felt when we started the meditation. Notice how you feel compared to how you felt when we came on the call. I invite you to just now kind of start to wake up. Maybe start to move and stretch. Feel your feet on the ground. Maybe release your feet from that root anchor to the earth. And turn your wrists, turn your ankles, rotate them around a bit. Move your fingers, scrunch up your face. Have a big yawn and a big stretch. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Whew. How are you feeling? How was that? That was a much longer meditation than I thought, but it was intuitive and guided, so who am I to control that? I'd love to read how you're feeling. I just want to reiterate that when we connect with all parts of us, when we connect with our mind, we're creating self-compassion. When we connect with our body, we're creating self-care. When we connect with our emotions, we're creating self-understanding. And when we connect with our spirit, we're creating self-trust. That compassion, care, trust, understanding. That's what we all want, right? Fiona, really good. You're welcome. Joe, tension-free. Beautiful. Isn't that how we want to go into the day? Fiona, feeling so much better today, so much calmer, content, and relaxed. Love one today. Beautiful. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yay, that's what we want from this, isn't it? All right, my beauties, thank you so much for joining. We've got some thumbs up. I love this one. Yeah, well, I thought that's what you meant, Fee, don't worry. Let me have a quick look over on Facebook. Feeling grateful, much more grounded. Yes. Rebecca, wonderful, feel very at peace and that I'm more at one within myself. Yes. Awesome. Lindy, thank you. That was lovely. My question had be to reconnect to my meditation. Yeah, and I really did. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. So that's beautiful. So when you were journaling, your question was, how can you reconnect with your meditation? And you just did. Yay. Love that. Okay. Have a wonderful day. You too. You too. You too. Lovely to have you all. Thank you for joining. Shall we do it again? I'm up for it. I'm happy to keep going. That's a great way to start the day, isn't it? Sending you all so much love. Take care of yourselves. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Lots of love. Mwah. Bye, guys.